What lies ahead for the cybersecurity landscape in 2025? Let's find out. I'm Mike Loader. Ending Cyber Risk starts now. Good to see you again. Welcome back to Ending Cyber Risk, presented by the team at Arctic Wolf, where each episode we unpack the ways we can put an end to risky cyber behaviour. Now, the new year brings heightened risks with escalating geopolitical tensions and zero-day cyber attacks. For expert predictions in 2025, we are joined by Mark Thomas, Director of Security Services Australia and New Zealand for Arctic Wolf. Good to see you. What do you predict in the next 12 months of geopolitical cybersecurity trends? I joke about China, Russia, these threat actors coming at us. What are you seeing?
Yeah, look, unfortunately, I think those tensions are likely to continue. We have seen conflict intensify with China globally. We do expect to see state-sponsored attacks, conducted like Volt Typhoon and Salt Typhoon. These are threat groups who have been accused of espionage, and they generally have their objectives aligned with China. So I think both the public and private sector have to be doing a little bit more to better protect critical infrastructure like telecommunications, which has faced a series of compromises recently. And certainly in a time of transition with the US government, national elections as well, we can expect to see that bad actors may see that as an opportunity to strike different agencies or different industries in other parts of the world as well. And more locally here in Australia and New Zealand, we may see some outfall coming from that as well if they decide to target US allies with similar types of activity. But we've also noticed recently there has been a lot more exploitation around unknown vulnerabilities. So something that's called zero-day vulnerabilities, where a fix isn't available from a vendor. I also think that we'll likely see an uptick in technology investment with businesses looking to optimize their spend, maybe on threats that they're facing across their different attack surfaces. So, really what organizations do with those funds is really where we will determine where to advance the fight against cybercrime in 2025.
Okay, so what do you predict for the cybersecurity market itself, just on the other side of the coin there?
So we hope that 2025 is the year that organisations recognise cyber risk as business risk. When we think about what will happen next year, there's often speculation about new tools and emerging technologies that will make a major difference to security teams. But unfortunately, that's not always the case. There are bigger concerns out there that need addressing. Case in point, in 2024, we did see major stories around insider threats, for example. There was a cybersecurity firm who had hired a North Korean actor. So that really focuses on the need to view how we see security, not just as professionals, but more broadly as business leaders as well. Don't just leave security up to the CISO or the IT department. These are hiring problems, they're procurement problems, and they are people problems as well, right? So security really has to be pervasive right across the entire business, because running an operation involves vast risks that if organizations haven't adequately prepared for, they may place the business at even greater risk. So, having background checks, people screening, tools to mitigate phishing and shadow AI, these are great opportunities that we have that, if left unchecked, though, could easily lead to a breach or, exposure of critical business information.
Yeah, absolutely. So how will macroeconomic trends play out among cybersecurity firms in 2025 and perhaps beyond as well?
We expect to see this ongoing debate of platformatization versus best-of-breed products play out, basically. That will be likely marked by consolidation within the industry. The conversations that we're having, we're seeing organizations are really demanding more integrated, comprehensive solutions rather than just standalone technologies. And this is really going to reshape the industry, with more consolidation anticipated. Private equity firms, large platform players emerge as the acquirers, who will likely look to unify products under a single cohesive platform. But I think ultimately security is a data problem at the very heart of it.
Yeah.
And Arctic Wolf, we look after trillions of logs every week, so we have to manage and analyze huge amounts of data to protect assets. So that ability to manage silos of data is what will really separate true platforms and other point products. So leveraging AI in the most optimal way is surely going to be on the radar for many organizations as well. But really that trend around platformatization really addresses those opportunities by integrating various capabilities, whether that's threat detection, response, and AI under a single solution. So we expect that will improve not only the posture of organizations, but will also help to simplify the deployment and management experience for technical teams as well. That's really what a lot of organizations have been yearning for.
Yeah, it's interesting stuff and will no doubt continue to unfold in curious and interesting ways. But I want to thank you for joining me on the program, highlighting a little bit more about what's going on out there in this wild world of cybersecurity.
Thank you.
That's the program for the moment. More Ticker coming up right now.
You're watching Ticker. We'll have more in just a few minutes.